Your live interactive coverage with CBS Austin News begins now.
Yes, it does. Hello. Thank you so much for joining us for Chats with Alli and JC. I'm Allison Miller.
And I'm John-Carlos Estrada. Today we're talking about one of Austin's biggest events, South by Southwest, which kicks off tomorrow.
That's right. Joining us to chat about it, we have Spill the ATX / Austin influencer Dani Dudek and founder and CEO of Anact, Brianna Kilcullen. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you so much.
So I want to take a minute to allow you to introduce yourself to our viewers and also tell us maybe your favorite thing that you're looking forward to for South by this year. Dani, you can go first.
Well, hello, I'm Dani Dudek, and I run Spill the ATX here in Austin. I've been doing it for about 15 years. A lot of celebrity entertainment, fun stuff happening around town. So it's hard for me to say what I'm most excited about at the festival every year, because the things that always end up being my favorite things are things I can't script. But there have been some really fun things in the past. So if you go to my account, you'll see that I last year got a fun clip of Ben Affleck and Matt Damon at the Air premiere when Ben introduced Matt and said that he's been riding his coattail for all these years. And then there were just a bunch of other things that happened throughout the week too, that again, like, I can't tell you what people are going to say or even who I'm going to get to talk to sometimes. As you guys know, somebody might not show up or they run out of time or, anything can happen.
Brianna, what about you? What are you most excited about? And please introduce yourself to the audience.
Yes. I think just, so my name, obviously Brianna, Kilcullen, founder of Anact. Anact is short for An Act of Kindness, an act of goodwill. We do sustainable towels made out of hemp. We sell at Target, REI. We're based here in Austin, Texas. And I think, building off of what Dani said, what's beautiful about South by is the serendipity that occurs that you really can't. You just show up and all of a sudden you meet somebody that knows another person and you're able to really build on the things you care about. And I think that that's what we're most looking forward to. And just like getting to welcome people to the Austin energy and the climate of, what it means to be an Austinite.
Yeah. No, definitely. South by is all about connection. So let's talk to Dani first. Brianna, we'll talk to you in a moment about your event. So let's talk to Dani about how you can experience South by without a badge. I mean, badges are so expensive. So what are some of the tips you have?
Well, the good thing is there's a lot of open to the public RSVP things. We have a list on Spill the ATX. I also did a list on Austin.com. When Where What, the Dirty Team does a massive blue list of every event in town with links. So it takes some time to RSVP to all of them. And I always recommend having a separate email address for all those RSVPs coming in, because it can be overwhelming. But other than that, it goes along with the other things that we were both just saying about the festival, about it being like serendipitous. You just go with the flow and follow people. Like if you see people walking down the street, there's like a huge bunch of people. You're like, hey, where are you headed? And maybe follow, and you might stumble into something really awesome, which is what South by is about: finding new movies and new music and learning about tech. Other than that, I mean, be nice to everybody. We always say that because somebody might give you some kind of information, and also you just don't want to be a jerk. So, yeah, I mean, it's pretty, I will say I've been doing this for like 15, 16 years. And sometimes when I look back at the very beginning was the most fun because I didn't know what to expect and I was up for anything. And like I said, I would stumble into something that was really awesome. So just go with the flow, have fun, be open-minded, be kind to everybody, and you're going to have a good time no matter what.
I love that. And I think you hit the nail on the head about South by. It's kind of a combo of you need to schedule things out, but then also leave room for that spontaneity because there's a lot of things that pop up that you maybe didn't know about. And yeah, just kind of follow where the crowds go.
Yeah.
In no other area should you do that, but maybe this one you should.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
of course, we have tons of celebrities that come into town for this, and you always are able. I don't know how you find them all, but tell us about kind of some of the ones maybe you spotted last year and who you're looking forward to seeing this year.
Well, last year, in addition to the Ben and Matt moment, and actually the whole cast of Air was there, so that was pretty awesome. Earlier in the day, I had gone to what was the second showcase that Renee Zellweger did, which was an unofficial thing. So that was fun. She performed with a friend of hers here in town. And when we were leaving there and walking back to downtown, because it was on the east side, it was morning. So nobody was really out yet. And I see a person walking towards me and I'm like, I think that's Seth Rogen. And he walked by me and I just go, he was with a friend. And I go, hey, what's up, guys? And they're like, hey, like it was morning. So then later when I was interviewing him on the carpet, I'm like, hey, I saw you this morning. And he goes, oh yeah, you made a sound, which was just like, we just burst out laughing. Like, I said, hey, what's up? What do you mean I made a sound? And then he did like the Seth Rogen laugh. So I was like, I made him laugh. So that was really fun. Both that and seeing Zellweger. Years past, I got to see Kanye and Jay-Z perform at the Power Plant. That was super awesome. Prince way back in the day at La Zona Rosa. Bill Murray, like slinging drinks on the east side. There are just so many random things that happen. On to this year, as you were just showing, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is coming, and the panel that she's going to be taking part in about breaking barriers also has Katie Couric and Brooke Shields. So that we're excited for. Jane Fonda is coming. It's funny because I feel like Meghan and Jane are both like, people have opinions. And so it kind of makes it fun when I see people commenting the engagement on those. Bon Jovi, I'm super psyched about. That's showing my age. Selena Gomez, let's go the opposite way with age. Selena Gomez and Sydney Sweeney. We're excited about them. Ryan Gosling is coming back. The film he's in, The Fall Guy, also stars Hannah Waddingham, who I love from Ted Lasso. Remy Bader, she's a really big influencer, very like fashion focused, plus size, and she's coming for a pop-up called The Warehouse. I'm excited about that. Yeah, there's so many. I actually went through I have a list, but I went through the list on southbysouthwest.com of all the speakers and found like, I think 15 I didn't even know were coming. So it's just every day I keep finding out more and more and more, and it's exciting.
I always love following your account during South by and these big events because you're on the pulse of what is happening. So what are some other cool activations happening around town, or specifically, where are some places that we could station ourselves to be to sight these celebrities? I know the Paramount Theater is one of them that you could probably
Oh
go
yeah,
to.
definitely the Paramount, and there is a section for fans to try to get photos and autographs. It can get a little hectic, especially some of these big carpets, and there is security, and we always advise people to, again, be kind, play by the rules, like take care of everybody around you, because it can get a little crazy. And also, if you're there and a celebrity doesn't come over to take a photo or to give an autograph, like they're dealing with a lot of other things. So remember that they might be sick, they might be running late, they've got all these demands on them. So be kind to them too. I know they signed up for this, but it's not always the easiest life either. So the Paramount's a great place. The hotels, like hanging out around some of the hotels, is always a fun way to see people coming and going to their events. And then again, you never know. Whatever party you're at, just keep your eyes open. That's really how I started doing this. I am always watching everybody around me, and I will notice people that no one else noticed. So yeah, just pay attention and follow me. I'll be posting about some things.
You will. In fact, I think that's how most of my South by experiences are. I just live vicariously through your posts. I'm not down there, but you're in it and doing it. What else do you want to let us know about? And yes, where can we follow all your content?
You can follow me at Spill the ATX on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and my website, spilltheatx.com. We have a list of all the confirmed celebrities that are coming this year and some breakouts about films and events that people are going to be at. Like I said, the best pop-ups, and we're trying to put more on the site this year so that it's kind of categorized. But obviously on social, it goes up a lot faster. So the stories and yeah, and DM me. If you have questions, DM me. I'm always happy to hear from people. I'm happy to have a conversation. So,
Yeah, definitely. If people come across any photos or anything, I definitely direct them to you. So thank you so much for joining us, Dani. We really appreciate your time.
thank you for having me, and I'm sure I'll see you out and about.
Yeah. So let's bring back Brianna, founder and CEO of Anact. So much going on during South by. We just heard from Dani, all the celebrities coming into town. Please tell us about your event that's happening tomorrow.
Yes. So we are hosting this event and we're making it free because we wanted to give Austinites an opportunity to have the South by spirit without having to pay the badge. And so we also are excited because our venue at REI has parking. So if you're concerned at all about dealing with that coming downtown, do not be. But yeah, we've hosted a little over 40 community events, and we did a huge event with Patagonia last summer at the Paramount Theater. And so for us as an activist brand, bringing our community together and having thoughtful conversations and highlighting activists and change makers, as well as provide inspirational content is what drives us as a business. And, it excites me and reminds me about the value of community. So for our event, which is tomorrow, it kicks off at 1 p.m. and we're going to be doing programming from 1 to 5 p.m. So we have a phenomenal group of speakers from some local brands. We have Dell here in Austin. We have the CMO of Grove Collaborative, the CMO of Health Aid Kombucha. They're flying in to talk about the work that they're doing in sustainability and policy, as well as how do we get more women into C-suite positions and ownership. We actually have two co-owners of the Texas Ranchers, which we didn't know they're the largest female-owned pickleball team in our country, or in the league, is based here in Austin. So they're going to be speaking about how they became part owners. And so for us, creating that space of thought leadership where you can come, you can hear the speakers, then you can have Q&A. We also are going to have Goodwill is popping up. So I know, Allison, you've done a partnership with them. They're so amazing. They're going to have donation bins so you can drop off products, and including textiles, e-waste on site. And then they also have curated looks for South by. So if you are like, oh, I want to up my style, or I need like a piece to like complete my look, they've curated an entire rack called Goodwill on the Go. And then we also have pop-up mending that's happening with Wear Trash. She's based out of San Marcos, and she's a sweetheart. She's going to be offering free mending. So we have it on our Eventbrite, but if you have any clothes that you're like, I have a hole I need to fix, or, how do I do this? Like, you can come there and drop it off. So we really wanted to create this conversation around the circular economy and how do we as a community come together and promote sustainability here in Austin. And then the part that I'm so excited about is the music portion. So that was our partner, Health Aid Kombucha, is going to be bringing that to life. And so we have DJ Big Reeks, who is a celebrity DJ for Toby Ningwe. He just performed with Justin Timberlake on SNL, and he is coming in from Houston. We then have Montoya Murray, who's also, it's funny, we have all Houstonites coming in to kickstart the music portion, now that I think about it. But she won the MLK, if he was still alive, what would he say to today's generation? So she's going to be speaking about, if MLK was still alive today, what would he tell women? And so we are so excited. It's actually her birthday today, so we can't wait to welcome her and her family. And then we have Kim Franklin, who has performed on Jimmy Kimmel, SNL. She's another Houstonite coming in, and she has invited all local female musicians and artists. So she's going to be just jamming and doing her thing. So we're like it's going to be really, really fun. We have sold out several times this week, and we just have to kind of keep upping the attendance and refiguring out the configuration. But I think this is our inaugural event. We want to continue to grow here in Austin and build that, and we're just so excited. So to have anyone, it's open to all. It's a non-alcoholic bar, and yeah, we're excited to see everyone there.
This sounds awesome. And I think you're hitting on so many topics that are really important to people and people are thinking about. You touched on the goodwill, sustainability. For me, that's something that I'm trying to dive deeper into. And before, I think it was a little bit scary because it felt like you have to spend more to get the clothes that are sustainable. But doing this collaboration with Goodwill, you know, it kind of opens your eyes to the idea that fashion can really be frugal.
Yeah, I mean, that's my bread and butter. So I, started in the fashion industry and witnessed fast fashion, worked in factories all over the world. And so I think that we're in this new, age of technology where we can really see the impact of our clothes and our purchases. And I think with Anact, like our focus is not on zero waste. It's not on, being a vegan. It's about what acts can you take? Because that's what really is sustainable. And the more that each person's like, oh, I now know this and I can take this act and do this, that's what moves the needle forward more than a 100 or 0 mentality. And so that's what we really want to connect and communicate and inspire with our community.
Yeah, every day this week, Allison has come in with a different outfit, and then I watched the video on her reels. It's been really cool to see you do that, Allison. I'm so happy that Goodwill is collaborating with you, Brianna. Tomorrow is International Women's Day. I know that the event is also tied to that. Can you sort of explain the importance of having this event on International Women's Day?
Yeah, so we have found that, hosting events around sustainability, sometimes it's a little bit like who connects with that. And we found that women have really been leading the charge in the space. So getting to tie those two together, but open it to anyone who is interested in supporting women is something that we feel is really important. But yeah, I think that we're in a time in society where people are craving to see people that they haven't seen in certain places walk into those rooms and know, how did you do it? How did you figure this out? Because we have to believe that, when one of us gets there, that's a space for everyone to get there. And so I think that getting to connect that is really important for us.
Yeah, that's huge. Is there anything else that you want to touch on? And also, where can we find your content? Where can people follow you?
Yeah, so follow us at Anact Global. We have a link to the Eventbrite on our Instagram, so you can register there. Everyone has to RSVP to come. Like I said, we kickstart. It's from 1 to 8 p.m. The programming's 1 to 5, and then music from 5 to 8. But yeah, we would love to see you there. And thank you so much for the opportunity to share this. We're excited.
It's going to be an exciting event. We're looking forward to seeing all the content you post on your Instagram. Thank you, Brianna, for joining us. Thank you, Dani, as well, who joined us a little earlier in the segment. We are so excited for South by. Kicks off tomorrow. Over 350,000 people will be joining us here in Austin. So like Dani said, be kind, everyone, all right? Be patient, be kind. I know it's going to be annoying with all the traffic, but this is a good thing for us.
Yes, I think that's the overall message from everybody. Just be kind,
Yeah.
And the entire team, me, JC, Fred, Avery, Sophia, will be tackling South by as well, bright and early tomorrow morning at 4:30 to 7 a.m. Don't ask us what time we wake up. It's in the middle of the night, but we're here for y'all. Thanks for joining us.